Hello dear all, this is Joanna, and in this film I want to explain what kind of series of videos you've got here. It's very unusual and it's new, so I want to explain in the small part at the beginning of the video concerning the nakshatras. Now, if you already heard that, if you already seen it, just click in the description. There is a link, and it will take you directly to the video about the current energy of nakshatra and the other correspondences. All right, let's explain. So here I'm starting the series of videos where I will be checking, I will be seeing what is the energy in the universe for all of us. But the first, the main channel, let's say, will be going through, it will be nakshatras. Now, nakshatras are the constellations. It's taken from, so stars, basically, group of stars. It's taken from the Vedic astrology. It's something like a zodiac. You've got 12 zodiac signs, and usually everybody knows just the sun sign, of course, but we all are the mixture of different signs, in fact, because different planets in our birth horoscope are in different positions, right? And it has to be said a little more. That's not only that. People usually focus on just numerology or astrology, tropical astrology or tarot. And I just want to come from nakshatras, which is Vedic astrology, which is something like a zodiac sign. It's another kind of archetype, and there are 27 of them. And through that, I want to see everything that's corresponding, all the other archetypes and other signs and other energies that are attached to it, right? Because we are not only a mixture of zodiac signs, we are a mixture of all the old knowledge, the ancient knowledge uses lots of tools. So it can be interesting for you, I thought, to see, all right, so here is this nakshatra at this point of time. Let's say between, there are 2 weeks, okay? In 2 weeks' time, we've got the energy of a certain nakshatra, all right? But behind that, you've got also still a zodiac sign. I will tell you what it is. And behind that, you've got also a kind of, some kind of element, all right? It can be fire or air. And behind that, you've got also some kind of archetype. And it can be, in Greek mythology, it can be that, and in Slavic mythology, it can be something different, in Nordic, and so on and so on. But behind that, you've got also some other parts of nature. There are some totem animals, right? And it's like, you know, it's like a kind of road. You go, I chose to go through nakshatras because they are the least known. So you go through nakshatra, I will tell you about, and then you've got the Vedic god, and then we'll discover other stuff. Here you will have the picture. That's a circle, and you can see in the picture what's corresponding what. All right, that's my analysis. In ancient knowledge, you know, it's not really fixed. Even the element, when you've got fire, it can correspond, for example, to the I don't know, for example, Archer or and the Sagittarius, right? But also the other sign, or it can correspond to something else in Chinese mythology, all right? For example, the tiger. So it's a kind of mixture. There are correspondences, but also it's very fluid. So that's even more interesting. Anyway, what we will do here, when you watch the video every 2 weeks, let's say, you will see what is the energy for you. I will tell you what is the nakshatra, what it is, what Vedic god, what's the sign, what's the correspondences, all this, also about temperaments and so on, even Slavic mythology, because I want people to know it and I want people to join the dots. It's not like everything's separate. No, everything is together. You just need to find your way in it and use it for you. And every 2 weeks, more or less, we will have the video. I will use cards, meditation cards. I will use tarot, but I will use my cards that I made, and I will change. Sometimes it will be a tarot with archetypes, sometimes with some Vedic goddesses, sometimes with some other goddesses, sometimes it will be about nature. Right, so I hope it will be interesting, and we'll see. There is the general nakshatra and correspondences energy, but also we'll see in the cards what's in. What are the, let's say, what should we do those 2 weeks? What is it good to do? What's not good to do? All right, maybe we have some advice and so on, right? And I will not really specify that it's for somebody this and that. No, 2 weeks. For those 2 weeks, I will say what's the period, what this period is good for, because we've got this nakshatra. But I will also give you the link where I will tell you, go check what is your Vedic astrology set, right? What is it? So maybe you've got that nakshatra in your horoscope, in your spread. That would mean that even if this will touch you even more in this period, you will be more touched with that energy, right? So it would be good for you if you checked it. Okay. Yes, and I guess that's it. Oh yeah, and I wanted to tell you that the dates, you know, there is no time. The dates I'm using, let's say, for example, for nakshatra, or I don't know, hasta, it will be between 25th of August to 10th of September. It's quite arbitrary. You will not find those dates. You know, it's like when you go to Vedic astrology, you've got only degrees, right? It's all based on moon. But you know, when people do the tarot readings and they say, okay, this is for I don't know, Pisces, and this is for September, all right? But September, and usually they do it at the 1st to 31st, all right? No, 30th September. Yeah, but you know, normally the Pisces or any other sign is from the it's from mid month to the mid month. So all of this is arbitrary. You know what kind of dates you use. I just decided like that I can do it every 2 weeks, and the dates I'm giving you, I'm not a Vedic astrologer. They are based in my own analysis, and they are more or less arbitrary. They are based on zodiac, tropical zodiac. Still, I think it's interesting, because I'm not going to check degrees. Maybe I'm going to do it, but I think it will be complicating too much for you. So I guess I'm just going to give you dates. Not everybody has to be a expert in Vedic astrology, and that's not what I want. All I want is to focus on archetypes. Archetypes are the most ancient and they are basic. Okay, that's it, because it's really long and I have to attach it to every video. Okay, bye-bye. Hi there, this is Joanna, and Joanna Charlotte from the channel JC Lady Alternative Education, and I'm going today to talk about Moola Nakshatra, and I decided to separate those films because they were getting too long. So, you know, I'm still experimenting here. So I know very few come here, but hopefully it will get better. And I'm just learning with you. Anyway, I decided to separate, and in this movie, in this video now, I will just talk about holistically all archetypes of this period between 15th and 25th of November 2020. And in the next movie, in the next video, I will tell you the reading, but you can look at the cards now. And the third movie, the extension reading, will be on the education platform that you can access from the link in the description box. All right, so let's start. And yeah, if you don't know who I am, I'm Joanna, JC Lady, and I've got a project, Alternative Education, which is all about metamorphosis. It's about how to change your life, like find out who you are, where you want to go, what part of your life needs to be clarified, explained, changed, metamorphosed, all right? And I'm offering you consultations and books, the series of books, K&K, and workshops. However, now with COVID, there is a big transformation and metamorphosis also of my workshops. So I'm going to propose to offer you online workshops, but I'm just starting it. And I'm also doing videos, as you see. So come to my channel, subscribe, please, and like it and share it. All right, so let's go on. So this is the video for Moola Nakshatra. And all the explanation is on the playlist. You've got the playlist link. If you want to find out more about nakshatras, Vedic astrology, why do I use nakshatras as a zodiac sign, let's say, Vedic. I explained all this already. So now I'm just starting. All right, so Moola Nakshatra is the nakshatra. You've got the symbol, which is the root, The picture is usually the root, which goes in the ground, because Moola, that's what it means, right? The root, something that is underground, something that is hidden. And the thing is that this period now, the autumn, but really deep autumn, like we are already coming quickly into winter. This is the period of really digging down, meaning that the root is not really staying anymore in there, in the ground. This is the moment where you can really, really going deep, and you can take this root out. And this energy of Moola and the patron goddess Niriti will help you safely to take it out, calmly also. Take the root out and see, is it good? Is it bad? Is it destroyed? What is it? What is the truth about some part of your life, all right? Because, you know, in the this yearly period, this yearly cycle, let's say, you already had spring and summer, and you had the period of Libra, where it's balance, you know, where you were looking at the fruits of the sun. Okay, you are looking at the fruits and vegetables. Okay, you could take everything and put in your caves, all right? And you were happy about it, and you knew that you would be safe during your winter. But when you go into the ground, when you go into your cave, sometimes you can find out other stuff, right? Which is not really pleasant. So this is the period. With Moola, you can discover what you what you are uncomfortable with, you can really push it to the end, right? You can really demand the truth from people around you or from yourself, right? This is the period where you can discover what is the truth and what is the life you want to live. Okay, so this is Moola. Now, Moola, so this is the very strong and very hard nakshatra, and it will support you to persist, right? It's not a lighthearted nakshatra. No, nothing of that, right? So that's the patron goddess is Niriti. Now, what is Niriti? Usually, you will not find Niriti in the pantheon of gods, especially Hindu is Tik. Because it's from Vedic astrology and it's older, right, from Vedas, right? But basically, it's the same as it can be compared to all the goddess which are hard and destructive. It can be Kali. It's basically the same because Niriti it starts with N. It talks about nihilism and nothingness and destruction, and it's basically death. That's what Niriti is. And it can be compared to Nia, which is Slavic goddess, which is death goddess, the goddess of death. Now, Niriti is like Kali, the goddess of destruction. Kalima, the black one. All right. Kali, the black one, the warrior. This is the warrior energy. Probably also now, for example, what's going on in society in Europe, especially in Poland. But look at your country and your society. Women are fighting. Here we've got the new law in Poland, which is against abortion, but against any kind of abortion, right? Almost. So there are women movements, and this is a very strong women or female power. I'm not going to talk about here whether I'm for or against. It's not the point. The point is that this period, this time now, it's supporting such energy. It didn't really support when it started, but now it's supporting the truth. Let's talk truthfully. Let's be honest. Let's be open. So this is practically the last period, because numerologically it's 9, because it's Sagittarius. Sagittarius is house 9. Because we are talking holistically here, right? We are looking at everything from all angles. So it's Sagittarius, the one, the Archer. Hello, Archer. And in this tarot card, natural tarot, the death is the Archer, because death is the Archer. The love, the angel, can be the Archer. It can kill you, and so you can be in love. But so you've got, two sides of the coin, but it's also death. All right. So, Sagittarius can be also seen as the one who is searching for truth, but really up to the end, right? So really, it will do it, at any price. All right. Yeah, and this is the number 9, which is in numerologically the end of cycle, basically, because after that you've got 10 with, you've got 10 house, and it's the new cycle, basically, right? Especially that in a 10 house, the sun dies and is born. So we are coming to the end of certain cycle. The night is deeper and deeper and deeper, and in Sagittarius is the deepest up to the end. I said from 15th to the 25th of November is this period, is the hardest, the hardest. Of course, I think it will last even in December, the beginning of December. But the energies which are really digging really down, the strongest are here in Moola. In Moola, this is really the most fighting spirit, the most, there are no limits, that we are really hitting the ground. In the lecture, you will see also the reading. Okay, so, Niriti is Kali, but also it's Durga. There's another goddess in Vedic astrology, which is goddess of material. Yeah, also Durga is also the mother goddess. But in this context here, we are talking about material energy. And Durga, look, when you hear this Durga, Slavic languages are most rich, you can say, because we've got all that. And Sanskrit, where it comes, they are brothers, okay? Sanskrit and Slavic languages. So we've got you've got also in some Latin languages, like for example in French, dur, it means hard. Okay, you've got also in your language, in English, hard. So this is hard. It says that something is really hard, and then it's persistent. All right, but it also means that in Polish you've got the drgać. It's like when you've got the how do you call that? Earthquake. Right, so it's trembling, and so it's also here. It's not only persistent, but it also means that it will destroy stuff which is not really strongly done. Okay, so this is Durga. It's all Niriti. Now, some people say, "Oh, Krishna is so light, is so nice," but Krishna is also black, and it means black because you've got those two things, right, against two sides of the coin. One side of the coin is that something is red, which means Krishna, krasić, krasny, red, which means very alive, very lovely, lovable, very beautiful. But when, it's also like blood, it's life. But when blood will dry out, when it will, when you will become older, it will become black, all right, darker. So there are two sides of the coin. In the Krishna, it's like krasiwy, like in Russian. It means he's beautiful, but it also means black, right? It's a complicated topic with linguistics. But basically it's connected. Krishna is connected with Kali, Durga and Niriti. And what has to be said, okay, I will show you some pictures again. Of those goddesses, different representations. This is Moola from online, I took it. But again, you've got Kali as Niriti. And again, you've got Kali, the one that, the destruction. But she also talks about, destruction of ego, destruction of unwanted, destruction of falsehood, destruction of lies. That's what it is, of ego, right? Which is not serving us anymore. Same here, right? And look, here you've got something which is going to be in the reading, force. But here, look, you've got this lion, but again, it's Kali. Okay. And what has to be said is that, that's what I say, and I say it, I think, 5th times.
two sides of the coin, but two sides also means like light and dark. Now we are in the period of darkness, but we have to go again out into the light. And that's why we often talk about Surya, which is sun, and Chandra, which is moon. And here we've got those aspects. The aspect of sun, or something beautiful or something alive, and the other aspect which is hidden, moon, chaos, and ugly, and death. So basically what we say it, sun is the brother of moon, or they are two, they are inseparable. It's like yin and yang. Now which is yin, which is yang, it depends, it changes, all right? Just like in the ancient philosophy, usually you can see that yang is Surya, is sun, and yin is Chandra, but it can be exchanged, of course. The other thing, however, which has to be said about Vedic mythology is Lakshmi and Alakshmi. Again, the same, two sides of the coin. There were two sisters. The older was Alakshmi, which is Alakshmi is basically Kali. Kali is called Alakshmi, and it's also Durga, and it's also Niriti. Alakshmi means bad luck, but it's Alakshmi is the older sister. What does it mean? It means that first you need to deal with your pain, with difficult stuff, with your face your demons, and after you do it, you have to do lots of mistakes, and after you do it, when you learn, you will obtain Lakshmi, the true Lakshmi. All right, so and you will start building on the hard ground. When you destroyed everything which is superficial. When you start with Lakshmi, it will be superficial, and you will never be happy. It will not last. Okay? So Lakshmi usually is shown with an owl. Owl being a symbol of Isis, of course, and of Alakshmi, and of Niriti, and of Kali. It's the dark goddess, all right? The dark part, dark feminine part, the chaos, right? And death. But she's, they are inseparable. You don't see it here, but you look online. Lakshmi is usually shown with owl, which is her older sister. Okay, and the rest is, what have we got? Moola, Niriti, of course Sagittarius, that's what I said. Sagittarius goes up till 25th of 25th of November. In Slavic mythology, we've got, I'm talking about this, look, this picture, but you can also see this in the film intro. Horse and Księża, which is this. Slavic mythology, the two god and goddess, the couple, is the god of moon, which is horse. Horse meaning that he was very alive and had lots of blood in himself, and he was shining, and then there were some stories, mythological stories, and he became he lost his power and his light, and he became the light is delicate, right? Just like moon, and it's shining only in the dark. It cannot compare himself with sun, and it's not the point to compare. Anyway, horse is like Chandra, God, and I don't have the representation, the picture. Maybe soon we will draw those pictures for Slavic gods, because they are not really known. Just a few are known, and there are many. And he has a wife, Księża, which is księżyc, which is moon, right? So those are Slavic gods. Those Slavic gods are just like, it's the same story. We are in the underground, we are in the cave, we are in the dark period, in the period of chaos. In the last period, we are hitting the ground, we are really deep on the floor of the cave. We are looking at all those spiders and dirt and everything. And now we can just, when we check all this, observe and decide what it is, what we want, what we don't want, we can just go up after that. Sagittarius, I told you the same, that Sagittarius is just searching. It's a philosopher, but his element is fire. He's not afraid of anything. Not afraid. He will do anything for knowledge. I told you the 9 number and the element of fire, and yeah, and I guess that's it. That's the most important. And arrow is here because Sagittarius has got arrow and Death has got arrow, and this is the period. And arrow goes in the ground, right? And then you have to take it out and do something with it. I don't know, heal this wound or not. Okay, so good luck in this period. So that's the first video, and after that I will do the reading. Take care, subscribe, share, and believe in yourself. What I always say, believe in yourself and never keep inside your internal fire. Keep it alive.